Hello friends! Meet the new Nouvolo Borg, a pretty cool case with a cool name if you ask us, especially considering the small, compact but mean looking thing we have in front of us. But before we get right into it, a short background. More than 1 year has passed since we've been introduced to the Nuovolo brand, and in the end of November, our first ever YouTube video was published. 2 minutes and 59 seconds of a Nuovolo Steck build meant to work as a budget workstation. Little did we know that this particular first attempt would grow to become our most watched video. Meanwhile, our second Steck build has gone live, and we truly hope you've enjoyed your hats off out of that one too. And today, we are proud to show you our third Nuovolo build, and we take the opportunity to thank you for being here. And if you like our content, please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more geeky SFF videos. The Borg is the second SFF case from the guys at Nuovolo, and it uses a vertically mounted 2-slot GPU that can't be longer than 210mm, which is a bit limiting, especially with the state of GPU stocks nowadays, but we've been hunting, got a bit lucky, and man do we have the graphics card for the job. The height clearance for the CPU cooler is 145mm, which allows for a large variety of coolers. No slim is required here. Storage-wise, up to 3 2.5-inch drives can be used, and for cooling there is space for two 120mm fans and one 92mm. This means you can use 120 or 92mm rads for water cooling, and we are going with the Steck 645 on this build. But the case offers a lot of flexibility on the cooling side for this form factor, and we are planning a custom loop in the future for the Borg, so stay tuned. The case ships disassembled like the Steck, so you're also getting the joy of putting it together, and it's pretty neatly packed, not much bigger than a box of donuts. The exterior panels look pretty much the same, with the exception of their mounting points, and we are happy to see that Nuovolo chose clip-ons instead of the magnet strips they used on the Steck. We like this solution much more. The box also contains some rubber feet, mounting screws, and an RGB controller for the LED strip equipped base, along with the mounting brackets for the PSU and storage. Building in the Borg, as it's the norm with mini ITX cases, was not a breeze, but certainly way easier than something like the Dan case or even the Steck. With some RGB strips and coolers, the case looks pretty nice. The colors emphasize the minimalistic look. The Borg comes in 3 colors: matte black, metallic grey and frost white, and you can mix and match top covers or order add-on top panels to customize your look, allowing you to make your build really your own without much headache. Let's talk a bit about components. We really wanted a new generation GPU for this build, and we couldn't have gotten any luckier. After long searches and waiting, we managed to find an EVGA 360 Ti, which is still the smallest 30 series GPU on the market, while also packing a big punch. For the motherboard and CPU, we are going with an AMD platform, going for a 470X motherboard from Gigabyte, a 3700X and 30GB of RAM from Corsair, as this build is meant to showcase the case and the GPU. In terms of airflow, the perforated panels help a great deal, regardless of fan setup, and in our tests, the case stood at around a very respectable 90 degrees CPU temp, even in Tomb Raider at 4K with DLSS off, while cranking out a respectable 55 average FPS. That was the highest temp we saw and remained around the same with DLSS on, but bumped the frames to an average of 69. Lower resolutions were no sweat. The CPU temperature did not go over 80 degrees, with a record of 144 average frames per second at 1080p with DLSS on. We see this case as a great addition to the market. The more ITX we have to choose from, the better. It would fit one's entertainment setup beautifully thanks to its minimalistic design, the only downside being the harder to access USB ports with this kind of setup, but nothing that cannot be solved. In terms of build quality, Nuovolo keeps on improving. We can comfortably say that the panels are a bit better than what we've seen with the Steck, yet are still way away from the likes of Lok, Dan Case or Lian Li, but also at a lower price. That pretty much wraps it up for now. We hope you've enjoyed our video, and please do let us know in the comments whether you like the case and if you would be interested in seeing a custom loop setup in this enclosure. We would really love to build it. Till next time, stay safe friends.